As a big thank you to my 1000 subscribers, we are going to look at the 5 biggest cities in the year 1000 AD in this video. Starting at number 5, Angkor with 200,000 inhabitants. The city is located in modern-day Cambodia, north of the Tonle Sap Lake and close to the modern city Siem Reap. Angkor, also known back then as Yasodharapura, was the capital of the in 802 AD created Khmer Empire, although it was only constructed about 85 years after the empire's rise. From that point onward, Angkor remained the empire's capital until the year 1431, when the city was besieged by the Siamese Ayutthaya kingdom, which simultaneously marked the Khmer's end. After the city was abandoned. There are many unanswered questions regarding the empire's demise, but one thing is certain: Angkor was an architectonical masterpiece, be it its sophisticated water supply network or its many majestic temples that make the site of Angkor a popular touristic destination even today. The main architectonical attraction is undoubtedly the Angkor Wat, which is no surprise since it's the largest religious structure in the world even today. It was originally constructed as a Hindu temple, but later rededicated as a Buddhist temple, as which it was used even after the downfall of the Khmer Empire. Number 4. Bianjing with 400,000 inhabitants. The Chinese city is located on the southern banks of the Yellow River, in today's Henan province. The history of Bianjing started way back in the 4th century BC, as the Wei dynasty constructed its capital, Dalian, in the same area. But after the Wei dissolved, the city was abandoned. 1000 years went by until a new city, then called Bianjing, was created during the Tang dynasty's rules. But it was only when the Song dynasty made Bianjing its capital from 960 to 1126 that it grew to be the biggest city in China at the time. Interestingly, during this period, Bianjing was an important trading destination for Arabic merchants, which led to many of them becoming city residents and ultimately forming the to this day existing Hui people. Talking about minority groups, Bianjing also had one of the oldest Jewish communities in China, with its formation dating back to the 8th century AD. Here you can see the almost 1000-year-old Iron Pagoda, which is the oldest still existing building in the city. Different than Angkor, Bianjing was never abandoned and, how it's called today, Kaifeng, has a population of about 1.7 million inhabitants. Number 3. Cordoba with 450,000 inhabitants. The founding of the Andalusian city, located on the right bank of the Guadalquivir, dates back to ancient times as at first the Carthaginians and later the Romans settled there. During the reign of Emperor Augustus, it was named the capital of the province Hispania Baetica, with many veterans from the Civil War period being settled there. By the way, the famous Stoic philosopher Seneca was also born in Cordoba. The Roman rule ended with the conquest of the Visigoths, who got themselves in turn disposed of by the Moors in 711–712. Despite the change in rulership, the importance of Cordoba remained, as exemplified by the fact that it was quickly made a provincial capital of the Umayyad Caliphate. From there on forward, the city kept advancing, not just in terms of its population, but also in a cultural, scientific and economic sense. Much of the ancient knowledge that was lost in medieval Europe was saved in the libraries of Cordoba, which is why it became a highly frequented study destination for European intellectuals. After the fall of the Umayyad Caliphate in 1031, different Muslim rulerships like the Abbadid, Almoravid and Almohad Caliphate took over their control until the Castilian Christians reconquered Cordoba in 1236. This reduced the importance of Cordoba a lot, but it still remained at least of regional importance. Today it's the capital of the eponymous Spanish province Cordoba and has a population of 319,000 inhabitants. Number 2. Constantinople with 600,000 inhabitants. The city is located in today's Turkey on both sides of the Bosporus Strait, making it part of the European as well as the Asian continent. The first people settling in this area of Constantinople were Dorian Greeks in the 7th century BC. From there on forward, the city, then called Byzantium, slowly started growing in importance. This slow trajectory of growth should end with the appearance of Constantine the Great, who after defeating his rival enemies became the sole emperor of the Roman Empire, as which he chose Byzantium as his new capital and renamed it Constantinopolis. The reason for his choice might have been its great strategic situation. Constantine furthermore expanded the city to 5 times its previous size, while trying to emulate Rome in many different ways. One important reason for the city's longevity was Constantinople's sophisticated fortification system, which was deemed insurmountable for ancient and medieval enemies. From Constantine onward, the walls have been constantly expanded and adapted, with the most important addition being the famous double-lined Theodosian walls. Another eminent architectonical feature of Constantinople is the Hagia Sophia, which was built in 537 AD by Justinian. Initially, it was used as a Christian cathedral, of which it was the largest one in the world for about 1,000 years. After the fall of Constantinople to the Ottomans in 1453 AD, the Hagia Sophia was rededicated as a mosque, which remained its use until today. Despite the drastic change in rulership from Orthodox Christians to Muslims, the importance and high population of Constantinople didn't decrease that much. Today, Istanbul, which is its official name since 1930, is home to an amazing 15.8 million people, making it the biggest Turkish city. Number 1. Baghdad with 1.5 million inhabitants. The city is located on the Tigris River in the center of modern-day Iraq. In comparison to all the other cities we have covered so far, this one is the second youngest, as it was only founded in the year 762 AD as the new capital of the Abbasid Caliphate, replacing the former Sasanian capital Seleucia Ctesiphon. The city was designed in a circular shape with the palace of the Caliph in the dead center of it, and a 14-kilometer-long wall around the city to secure its safety. The placement of the city was not at random, as it was on the intersection of many different trading routes and additionally had the benefit of the Tigris being close by, which guaranteed a flourishing agricultural sector as a basis for the city's growth. The downfall of the city started with the Mongol conquest in 1258, where the Mongols inflicted major damage on the vital water supply infrastructure that was of great importance of the city and the surrounding agricultural land. As a result, Baghdad's importance and population quickly started to drop. In the 16th century, Baghdad became part of the Ottoman Empire, which it remained until it got under British dominion as a consequence of World War I. From this point onward, the city started to grow again. Today, it has an astonishing 6.7 million inhabitants, whilst being the capital of Iraq. I hope you enjoyed this video and have the best of days. Much love for all the support, it means a great deal. Bye bye.